There are 86,400 seconds in a day. Have you used one of these seconds to say thank you? Welcome to our Day 7 Gratitude Challenge. Our topic for today is gratitude for siblings. Welcome once more to an exciting edition of our Gratitude Challenge. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, grab your seat. We are excited to be in the studio today with you. And with me in the studio is
Maureen, as usual.
And Theodoline.
Yes.
You're welcome. Journey with us as we discuss gratitude for siblings. You know, gratitude is the most important factor in our lives. Gratitude is something that can help us to actualize our purpose in life. Gratitude is what can actually take us from where we are to where we want to be. Gratitude is the key. Gratitude is the enzyme we need to actually live the kind of life we have to live. A thankful heart has a continuous feast. There's evidence to suggest that healthy siblings relationship promotes empathy. And you understand that having siblings from the same family, maybe growing up in the same family, we maybe different from different parents, like siblings growing together. It is a thing of joy. It is a great privilege. It is a rare privilege. Some people somewhere are actually looking for ways to be able to have one, but it is impossible for them to actually have that experience that you had, that we had. So it is something for us to look back and be grateful. Do you agree with this? That there are some people out there who actually desire to have siblings, but they don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, there's a big yes to that. Because sometimes even you can be in a family and you have siblings, but you don't relate well with them, and so you still can remain an island in such a situation. But I think that the vibes that come along with being in a very close, intimate relationship with a sibling is one that can actually do a lot of good to an individual. And I want to think that for us to even talk about this, we want to know that term sibling, what does it really stand for? So it may mean people who share the same biological root, probably the same mothers and fathers, and or within the context of our African society where we have extended families. So people with whom you have shared a very good part of your life, staying together and all of that, you could actually be able to term them that they are your siblings. So in this edition, I am sure we want to look more at this group of persons, especially those we shared the most basic part of our lives, growing together, where our behaviors were being shaped, formed, and the people who were there to actually see us even evolve, the people who were there to be like a support system for us and all of that. These are people whom I think if we were to take time to look at the part that they've contributed for us to be where we are today or who we are, we will see that they have played a very great role in even helping our behavioral patterns, even helping our personality development, and sometimes even our disorders, because our disorders actually the function of our environment. So they have played a huge role in who we are today, and I think it's important that we do TB. I mean, that's a throwback and look at them, how we journey together, and where they have actually taken us to. But before maybe we get to that, I may even still want to find out from each one of us and our dearly beloved audience if they are really, really aware that siblings can be very, very significant. They can be a very significant source of support, love, companionship throughout their lifespan. Because even as we speak, I am about taking a holiday, or I'm taking a holiday, and I'm looking forward to actually meeting with my siblings, and we can spend a wonderful time. It's just telling me what that relationship means to me.
Okay, thank you very much. Are you aware that it is not by chance that you belong to the same family and share the same DNA? Siblings can be very significant source of support, love, and companionship throughout our lifespan. Have you at any point in your life noticed that as we grow up in a family setup, frequent contact and shared history provided siblings with close knowledge of each other's worries, joys, thereby providing a strong support network for your individual and family evolution? Most often, our siblings are the reason we are who we are today due to the secular nature of our interactions and influence. This relationship is oftentimes one of the longest relationships in a person's life. We can rarely hide our personality traits from our siblings as we grow up in the same environment, make and share common memories, build with similar experiences. Siblings becomes our strength as they can be our support in distressing situations in our lives. They remain the first to know our weaknesses and still choose to stick by us in spite of anything that they have noticed. Now, do you agree with me that you have siblings who have been able to endure? You have siblings who have been able to give you the opportunity to grow despite the times that you present maybe immature attitude, and they have been there to support and love you to reach at this point of your life?
Yeah, there's no growth without conflict. Okay, there's no growth without situations that can actually provoke you to take the next level in life. And so when I'm looking around, I'm looking at my siblings, I'll see for those ones that we used to have lots of conflict. Even now when I turn back and I'm like, okay, these things actually they were helping. They were a reflection of some of my issues, my demons that I needed to actually work on. But when I look at myself as a person, I know that I'm one person that before now, I mean, my ego wouldn't let me to acknowledge a lot of things. But growing up and getting to this point in my life, I am able to sit back and I tell myself it was needful. I've had siblings who've been pretty supportive, who are there for you every time you call. They could be the listening ear, and all these things, when I look at it all at this point in time, especially at this point in my life, I'm telling myself they were all the stitches that I needed to actually evolve to this wonderful person that I am. And so to say that in that sibling relationship, you have the high moments and the low moments. But we shouldn't allow the low moments to cause us to forget that we are intrinsically bound together by a force or a cord that cannot easily be broken because of our differences. If I tell you that we can be without differences, it's a lie. But we are learning to know now that in our differences, we want to find a common ground. And like Sadhguru will say, he will say that we should always find the common ground. Whatever it is that is a dividing line is okay, but let us look for the things that can actually bring us together. And I think that one of the things that can keep siblings going together is love, constant love for your sister or brother, irrespective of what has happened. The capacity to be able to forgive and move on. I'm not talking about forgiving and forgetting, but that you can rewrite the story about what has happened. The capacity of uniting your strengths, your individual strengths, you can be able to achieve a collective good that can actually propel the family from one level to another. And I mean, we can count. I mean, there are endless things you want to count when you're looking at sibling relationships, especially the ones that have helped you to grow. But I tell you again that for those who may be in situations right now thinking that their relationship or their siblings are not helpful to them, I want them to take time to look back into themselves and ask, what is the energy that they're emitting? What kind of energy do you have? Don't you know that sometimes it is your energy that is causing people around you to react or to respond to you in a particular way. And sometimes as human, we are always good at casting the blame on the other person, throwing the stones at that person, and not taking time to look inside. This gratitude only works when you start becoming more introspective. You look back into yourself and scan yourself to look at what is it that I emit? What energy do I emit? What is the hidden part of me which sometimes is causing me to be like this? And oh my God, I just feel so, it's like, it's like I have so many things to talk about, because when we look at the Johari window in our work, you discover that the more about you which is not known about people is the more that you can actually be able to live a lie of yourself, because you're living a hidden life. But the more of you is exposed, the more of you actually becomes the reality, because you are able to allow criticism to come into your life, and it helps as a building block and stuff. So the best people who can look at you in the face and tell you the truth about you, even when you don't like it, would be family and family sibling. So if you have those people who can be very critical to tell you, it's important that you take time and ask. And even in tears, it may hurt you, but do not allow that hurt to cause you not to take this time to reflect and to say thank you to them.
I'm just moved here, because with the understanding I've been able to get from everything, that in life, for you to actually move a step ahead, for you to grow, you have to focus more on yourself than what is coming from the other person. Because what may be coming from the other person can be a projection of your thoughts, of how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your relationship with the other person. So understanding you now is just like coming to pin this point to say that when you focus more on you, in retrospection, in gratitude, being grateful for the person you are, being grateful for the person you have become, trying to see that you build a world that is beautiful for you, is beautiful for everyone, you will first of all not be focused on what is happening around you. You will not be focused on what is happening with your brother or your sister, because your main focus is you. And as you focus on yourself, you see yourself deeper and deeper, and that is where the glory is. From all your explanation, when you get to focus in this way, you discover that you develop a heart of compassion for your siblings. When you see the wishfully, you are thinking about what should happen to them, the good things. Life should be able to throw good things at their end towards them. Great things should happen to them. They should be able to see themselves too in the way you want to see yourself, so that the family can grow together as a unified bond. As Dalai Lama would say, compassion is something that every other person is supposed to take with them. They are supposed to take along with them. And as we are sharing with you people, it is like a virtue you should try to inculcate, read about it, so that it can help you actually to become a better person. And we know that some of the relationship with your siblings that have not been good, and while listening to us, you are thinking that they are just talking, but they don't know what I've been through with my siblings. They hurt me so bad, they hurt me so deeply. What we are telling you today is that time has passed. You are now in the now. We are bringing you in the now, and we are just a call away. You can get to us so that we can walk the forgiveness journey together. The kind of forgiveness that will build you up and build your relationship, so that your family, it is said that charity begins at home. There is nothing we can get outside if we don't actually have this at home. We are just a call away. We are ready listeners. According to the skills we have acquired, we are passionate in helping humanity rediscover themselves and see themselves really for who they are. Mm-hmm. At this point, we are going to be diving into the point of power, and the point of power is always in the now.
Yes, the now, because There is no point staying in your past, and there's no point becoming too anxious about the future when you've not been able to manage the now, because the now actually is the pathway for you to actually explore that. And so for today, we are looking at what you can do, which can be very intentional and intentional effort to help you recognize this. So we say it's important for you to look for a very quiet period and take your time to send loving energy to your siblings so that they can actually heal every discomfort that they may be feeling in the present, which could be a result of the past or anticipated pain that may be coming. So if you're just able to create that positive energy, send it to them, maybe even through a call, maybe through a text message, and even if it was something which you did not even think about, you can just visualize how their lives is beginning to light up, and you would know that you are doing something which will change the narrative about the way you feel towards them and or how they feel towards you. The next thing about our point of power would be you could show appreciation to them by maybe by giving gifts. Okay, you could buy, I mean, it must not be something that is expensive, but anything that could actually come from your heart. And any gift that comes from your heart has a lot of value, trust me. It must not be because it is a very huge pack or maybe something that is pretty expensive before it can add value to somebody's life. So as you are seeking from within you and praying about it, you can have a lead, and that thing you may want to do could actually do the magic to create the bond and reunite the family. Another thing is that for those relationships that have been challenging in our families, in your life, it is important to start practicing forgiveness, as it remains one of the greatest panacea of the soul. And forgiveness, like you earlier mentioned, stands out because it has been said over and over that if you do not forgive, you are like a prison guard. You are like a prison guard watching over a prisoner that they don't escape. And as long as you are taking that position, it means that you cannot move in your own life. And so when you do not forgive, you become the first victim of the poison that you're creating for another person. Yeah, it must have been very difficult. It must have been pretty hard. What they did to you is unbearable, and there are so many unbearable things. But trust me, that true freedom starts coming when you allow those people to deal with their issues and for you to carry it and add to your own luggage. That's an extra baggage you're putting on you. And trust me, that even the steps you could take for your own future will be held back because you cannot be able to move. Can't we find the freedom? Jesus Christ says, "Come to me, all ye who labor, and I am going to give you rest." Come to me and bring your yoke that is heavy, and I'm going to give you mine that is lighter. And so, even if it is challenging, we want to do that. The last thing that we may want to think about as our point of power is to bring this individual to your mind's eye and do some breathing exercise to help you calm your mind and redirect your energy towards this relationship. Is very important. When we don't paint pictures, we cannot see them. And so this moment we are talking about is the moment when you choose to be quiet and you paint a picture of what you want to see in your relationship, and you start putting in the energy. You start putting. I know that as we are talking and going, some people are already getting anxious and they're like, yeah, you may be saying this because you can't understand. You haven't been there. It is me who knows I am the one who is putting on the shoe, and I know how painful it is and all of those things. What else do you want to get in life if at the end of the day you're caught that your brother just passed away, your sister just passed away, and you still had unfinished business with them because of something they did? Remember that if they were to look back at you, you did your own little things that could cause other people not to even want to be with you. And so everyone is special, including you, including them. If we can take this, I'm sure it can do some good work for us. Yeah, I think that's what I can say about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, maybe as we are trying to conclude our day today, you may want to actually do a lot of journaling. It is very important to do a journaling in this particular instance, especially for the people who have hurt you. Do a journal and And as you do the journal of those things, after you must have gone through this exercise, you can get back to the journal and see how you have self-evolved. Any life that is stagnant is a life that is not productive. Is a life that, in fact, is a dead man walking. But we want to see people who are actually alive in every part of them. And so we are calling you to say that we are here to help you. We are here to support you. Any form of conflict matters. We can be able to help to mediate peacefully, and trust me that everyone will come out feeling so relieved. Please do well to like what we have just done. Do well to share it. Do well equally to comment on it, because this way we can be able to reach so many people at this beginning of the year, so that they don't carry lots of luggages from the past into this bright future that the universe is offering us today.
Okay, we are just a call away. We will say you remember to look for like different periods, 3 or more different periods during this day of gratitude, to go through this so that it should become a part of you. And also remember when you're going to bed to be able to count the good things you experienced during the day, so that by the end of our 11 days gratitude challenge, you will discover that you have become a grateful person. Gratitude become a part of you. We say thank you for this, for journeying with us in this episode of our gratitude challenge. We thank you for the people you connected during this time. We say we are happy, we are excited, because we know you were touched. We know you are changed as you are journeying with us. You can reach us through the following numbers: 677-660215
and 677-690600.
Thank you. It was nice working with you today.
Bye-bye.
Bye.